How am I spending $500 a month on all this stuff? What's up, guys? Jason here, aspiring entrepreneur, and welcome to episode 39, there we go, of Building an Online Business from Scratch, where I'm showing you everything I'm doing to put together an online sales funnel. And if you're just joining me, I encourage you to hit that like button and subscribe, because we are going to be going from A to Z, everything in between, on how to build an online business. But today, we're actually going to go way back to the beginning. If I could have seen this video for myself and talk about how much does it cost to start an online business. And in this particular video, I'm going to go through 3 different tiers. So I'm going to talk about a $175 starting budget, a $350 starting budget, and a $500 starting budget. Now, if you don't have at least $175, I'll leave it up to you to kind of how you can tweak these things. But really, if you don't have $175 for the entire year, you should probably just hold off and save up until you can drop that $175. And then, of course, if you have more than $550, I accidentally said $550, then stay tuned, because I'm also going to talk to you what you should do with all that extra cash, and most importantly, what not to do with that extra cash. So with that, let's go ahead and dive in. I want to take a step back from the cost for a second and dive into specifically why we're starting a business and what we need, okay? Hopefully you already know you've got a passion, you've got a skill, that's why you're starting a business, that's why you're watching this video. How much does it cost to get your online business up and running? And then that leads us to number 2, which is why do we need to purchase all the software? Why do we need a website? Why do we need to make Instagram photos? Why do we need to make YouTube videos? You know, what's the whole point, right? Hopefully the point is to generate some income. I think that's a big reason most of us go into our businesses, and of course, share your passion or skill with the world. Normally it's one of those 2 things. And the quickest way to do that is to build a list, right? So we need names and we need emails. I'm going to say that one more time. We need names and we need emails. That is the only thing that matters when you are getting started. You can be posting on Facebook, you can be running Instagram ads, you could be, doing YouTube videos till you're blue in the face, but your online business comes down to how many names and emails do you have. Now, I know there's a lot of marketers out there that say you don't even need a name or an email, and well, I respectfully disagree with that. So with that being said, what are the tools that you need to collect that name and email? Because when you're just getting started, that's what you need to focus on. And so the first thing you'll need is an autoresponder, obviously, because you need to collect the name and the email. And the good news is you can go check out MailChimp.com, and they actually offer a free tier. So that means that you can start collecting name and emails on day 1 with $0. So maybe you're using your personal email and you're sending out, links for people to sign up to your list directly via MailChimp. That's fine. So there's your $0 budget. Like, if you have no money whatsoever, just go pick up a free MailChimp account and start telling people to go sign up. I know there's a way to get signups even if you don't have a website. So there's dirt and simple. There's the bonus $0. Okay, let's talk about the $175 mark, right? What do you need to purchase to essentially launch your business? And when we're just getting started, we really want to be streamlined. So here's what we need. We need a domain name, we need an autoresponder, and we need a web page. I said web page, not website. You don't need to go build a giant website. You just need a web page that's connected to an autoresponder on a domain you own. See how those 3 work together? And you drive traffic to it, people enter their name and email, and bam, you've got that name, you've got that email. That's the fundamentals of building your online business. And I know that might sound a little basic, it might sound a little basic. However, it's really easy to get caught up in all these other things that are being thrown at us, that, autoresponder this, or cool landing page builder this, or web analytics this, or cool new Instagram thing this. It's just about focusing in on what's really important. So I'm going to run through some tools that I recommend you guys use. All of the links are below. Yes, they are affiliate links. Now, a big caveat here is I'm not going to dive into the pros and cons of each one of these, right? These are my top tools over the past 4.5 years of building businesses online and doing marketing and sales for my clients online. So I'm not going to do a review. I'm just going to run through And these are my top picks after going through a lot of headaches. All right, bracket number 175. First domain. We're going to go over to Google Domains. Just type in Google Domains, in a search engine, and it will come up. For $12, you can get pretty much any domain you want. Of course, you can go up to $30 if you're doing the, .uk or .co or .io if you're doing one of those, because you can't get the .com. Now, for the domain name, I think this is really critical. Just use your name. You're just starting out. Your name will always be relevant no matter what you do. If you want to completely change your business in 3 months, 5 years, 20 years, your name is always going to be relevant to whatever you're doing. So just choose your name. You can always create like a corporate or branded name later on down the road after you're sitting on a bunch of cash and you just don't know what to do, right? What a lovely problem. So anyway, there's your domain. Second, you need your hosting. So you're going to go over to siteground.com for $3.95 a month or $47 for the first year. You've got all of your managed WordPress hosting. And yes, you're going to be putting together a WordPress site because that's the most widely used, means cheap freelancers, and means easy and lots of tutorials out there on how to use it. So that's why WordPress. And then of course, getting their managed plan, which is a little more expensive, means you're not going to have to mess with any HTML. And if something breaks with WordPress, they're going to fix it for you. You're not going to, be stuck with a developer at 12 or 3 a.m. in the morning trying to figure out why the heck your site isn't working. Because that happened to this guy. It's not fun. And then finally, you need your WordPress theme. And I highly recommend OptimizePress simply because it's so versatile and it's so easy to use. It's a drag and drop inference. You don't need to know any code, any HTML, and they have a great database of videos for you to go through to learn how to use their software. And if you want to set up membership sites, sales pages, landing pages, all that marketing stuff, it's already got it built in there for you. So you don't have to go get a separate landing page builder if you're on a tight budget. Which brings us to bracket number 2 at $350. We're actually going to do the exact same thing. However, now we have a budget for freelancers. And this is so critical. I cannot stress this enough. That extra money should go to paying someone to do some work for you so you can get up and running faster. The whole point of having startup capital is deploying it and using it on things that are going to help you get to your end destination much more quickly, right? So this doesn't mean if you have more money, you should go buy a more expensive autoresponder, buy a more expensive theme, or purchase, nicer hosting. No, that first bracket, this stuff is going to be standard no matter how much you think you have just starting out because you're just getting started. That's all you need for that name and email. It's always easier to scale up later, and all of these options that I'm giving you allow you to easily scale if money just starts being thrown at you on month number 1. But if it's a little dry, guess what? You've only spent $175 or $350 and you're covered for the whole year. You have a whole year to figure this out. So that extra $180, I would recommend going over to Upwork or Fiverr, getting someone to install the theme for you, getting someone to make a landing page for you, and then maybe paying someone to make some custom graphics for your site. Essentially, that $180 should not go to another software. It should go to helping to build your site or your page with the basic tools that you need, which brings us to tier number 3 at $550. Now, $550, again, still $12 for the domain, still $47 for the hosting, still $97 for the theme. What we're going to change here is I'm actually going to recommend that you pick up ClickFunnels. That's one of the things that you can see on the MacBook screen behind me, and that simply is a landing page software building tool, if you will, that will help you create landing pages, sales pages. It also has shopping cart and membership integrations. So if you have a bigger budget, that would be the place, that would be the only $100 that I would put towards another piece of software, simply because you can get up and running faster, collecting names, collecting emails so much more quickly. Now, compared to setting up the OptimizePress with your SiteGround hosting versus ClickFunnels, you can be collecting emails within 30 minutes. That's not an exaggeration. That's no joke. In 30 minutes, you'll be ready to go. With the OptimizePress SiteGround option that's on the cheaper side, remember, if you get what you pay for, right? So on the cheaper side, in the end, you're going to have, both products are going to be fantastic, but it's going to take you longer when you're using your own WordPress site. It's probably going to take you a week or two, and that just depends on how much time you have, because unless you already know how to use WordPress, there's going to be a steep learning curve. Whereas ClickFunnels, done. I mean, there's literally no coding. You literally just drag and drop, just like OptimizePress. The difference is ClickFunnels has gone out of their way. It's a self-hosted solution, so there's a lot more flexibility and it's a lot quicker to implement. Plus, it's got your shopping cart and your membership site. You're pretty much done with that. And that leaves $290, approximately $290 left over. And again, that $290 goes to, drumroll please, freelancers, okay? So the biggest difference essentially had the exact same software in it. We just had a budget to bring people on to help us. And that's critical as a business owner. Remember, you're a business owner. So it's about working on our businesses, not in our businesses. So you don't need to become a WordPress expert. You don't need to become a domain, forwarding expert and CNAMEs and A records, blah, 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 blah. If you can afford to hire someone to do that for you so you can focus on the important part, which is getting that name, getting that email, which means driving traffic, building your audience, all that other fun stuff that's going to take you years to master, then focus on that and use your extra capital to pay someone who can, install WordPress and do all those things in like 30 minutes an hour versus how long it's going to take you, which is probably 8 to 10 hours. I mean, I have spent all night just formatting one page. So I know it takes a long time, and you might as well just go to Fiverr or Upwork and hire someone who does it for a living, who can do it much quicker and much more inexpensively. So thank you for watching. I hope you found this video informative and actionable. I really had a lot of fun putting this together for you guys because I was looking at my internal costs and all of the software I'm paying for as I've gone this way and that way, putting this together. And I thought, you know what, it'd be great if I just shot a video where I had this perspective where I could look back on all the money that I've spent over the past, 4.5 years and all the different solutions I've tried and see, hey, if I was, gonna go all the way back, what would I purchase? How much would I actually have to spend to get started? And I could tell you this video alone, no joke, will save you thousands of dollars and hundreds of hours in wasted time. I really hope you go and check out those links below. Yes, some of them are affiliates, but these are all companies and services that I actively use. There are 5 times as many that I will never recommend ever again simply because of issues I've had in the past. So I sincerely hope that this helps kind of clear things up. How much money do you need to get started, and helps you focus on what's important so you can grow and scale effectively long-term to grow your new business. And of course, until next week, until that episode, keep building the business you love. Take care.